Hey everybody, so you see me on leg two. Been doing some flying in the DA62. Also started flying in the Cessna Longitude. Interesting, a lot faster in landings, especially. Some adventures there. More about that possibly in later videos. Anyway, so on to today. Leg three, we are going from Zagreb, which is Lima Delta Zulu Alpha. All right, and we're going to Dubrovnik, which is Lima Delta Delta Lima Delta Delta Lima Lima Delta Delta Lima in there. Airframe. So I've had these all saved now. Is a DA62. Unknown destination airport. Interesting. What's the other one? The other Dubrovnik DBV. I think Delta Bravo Victor. Let's try that. There we go. So that's what they recognised it as. So it's come up as Lima Delta Delta uniform. Okay. I must have written that down wrong when researching. Anyway, there we go. So there's today's route. I am not going to be carrying any passengers. You can have it on auto. Altitude in feet. I am going to set the altitude, as we know with a DA62, 60%, 12,000 per feet, you get some of the best economy, shall we say. Okay. And those of you who have not used SimBrief before, there's the route here with all the waypoints. It picks another one for you, and you can go through them. Which best you want. So I'm going to go for the top one, which is suggested. I'll leave payload and 0 for one. So someone told me to use PO05 on a fuel factor because I use percentage more than I think. So I want to go with a little bit more fuel than I think for this. And I think that is all I need to do for now. I'm going to keep it really simple because I'm still learning this. And then we generate flight. And it builds maps and stuff. Alrighty, so there we go. It hasn't given me any problems. It's come up as flight plan available. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to load that into Navigraph now. There you go, there's Navigraph. I'm going to import from SimBrief. There it is there, Lima Delta Zulu Alpha to Lima Delta Delta Uniform. Download, and it pulls it up. So a quick check, it does do some funky stuff with some things, with approaches, and there you go. Look, so we've got an arrival, which is nearer to Z, transition nearer, and no approach. So what runway have we got? Runway 11, which is on ILS 11, which works out really nice there. And add to route. Okay, that should all work. Now I've probably been doing it sort of backside about face. You can say that if you want, but this is how it's working for me right now. So what I will do is you can import it into the sim itself. But what I'm going to do is I export FS220 and flight plans, world tour, and save. And then we go to the sim. So let's get rid of Navigraph. As the sim is open. Go to the sim here. Let's change it from the Cessna, which I've been having a play with. I like actually the first sort of jet engine aircraft I've been using on a simulator. Here we go, Diamond Aircraft Simulator. It's changed the livery to the Aviators Club. press space to load from the PC. That's what I'm doing here. Bring it up there. World Tour. LDDU. Who's that? 18th or 9th. Let's so what I've got to do is that's come up as a Microsoft thing. So let's export that again. Oh, okay, I know what I did. If I show you here, so you guys don't make the same mistake, is bring up Novigraph again. So if you come over and look where the export is over on the far left-hand side, it says Flight Sim 220, and then Flight Sim 220 no seats and stars. I saved it as that, which I shouldn't have done. Should have saved it as that. Where is it? It says there it goes. No procedures. Save. Replace. Yes. Okay, that should be. And I'm going to keep all this in, guys, because I make mistakes. You know, I haven't been doing this too long, and you guys can learn from that. So have we got the flight sim showing? Yes, we have. Load this PC. DA62 World Tour. And there we go, because I saved it as that. So there are procedures there. They go to procedures to come up. Okay, so let's do the start. No, let's do no start. Let's go straight from. No. Stop being indecisive. Let's start from parking. I don't know. Let's see. Go into. Go into the airport. Park. So somewhere close. It's over here. Get out onto the runway quickly. Yeah, ramp parking set as departure. Here we go. I'm going to do start up as well. I'm working on a checklist as well that I can use rather than use the sim checklist. And I can put all my options in. So we are flying into Dubrovnik, 12,000 feet cruising altitude. Instrument flight rules today. Here we go. So no ATC on at the moment. And let's go into the checklist. Pre-flight. Autocompletes, make it quick.
Diamond Mike Juliet Golf 02 IFR to Dubrovnik, ready to copy.
Diamond Mike Juliet Golf 02 is cleared to Dubrovnik Airport as filed. Takeoff run.
And it's done that because it cut off, because it turned it off. So before starting the engine. And I like to put the avionics on here to have the radar going.
Golf 02 cleared to Dubrovnik Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 04 climb and maintain 9,000 feet. Departure on 124.85, squawk tree 64.
Diamond Golf 02 readback is correct. Contact ground on 121.85 when ready to taxi. Good day.
Okay, I've got to get used to the G1000 again as well. In the Cessna, it's very different. I should work it out. Okay, ground services. I want pushback, and someone said, why do I start engines when I'm pushing back? I tear the ground crew to pieces. Okay, fair play, guys. If you know any different, let me know. So request pushback.
Zagreb ground Diamond Mike Juliet Golf 02 requesting pushback.
Diamond Mike Juliet Golf 02 pushback request accepted.
Zagreb ground Diamond Mike Juliet Golf 02 requesting pushback tug to steer the aircraft to the left.
Diamond Mike Juliet Golf 02, your request has been transmitted to the operator.
Handbrake off. So it's a lovely day here in Zagreb. Weather's nice. What temperatures do we have? Bear with me. I shall let you know. I think it's about 25 degrees today in I believe. Bear with me. Temperatures. Request pushback stop.
Zagreb ground Diamond Mike Juliet Golf 02 requesting the end of pushback.
Diamond Mike Juliet Golf 02 request to end pushback received.
Let's go back inside. And start the engines. It's auto complete for speed because I want to get flying. Let's make sure that guy has disappeared. Don't want to chop him to dog meat, do I? Nothing on there.
Zagreb ground Diamond Mike Juliet Golf 02 with Kilo ready to taxi IFR.
Diamond Mike Juliet Golf 02 taxi to and hold short of runway 04 using taxiway Golf Alpha. Contact tower on 118.3 when ready.
Okay, let's quick
Taxi
check.
hold short runway 04 using taxiway Golf Alpha Diamond Golf 02.
Quick check on the pressures. Oil pressure's coming up. Coolant temperature's coming up. Fuel quantity. Let's bring that to a full tank. Into weights and measures. Yeah, I don't want more than that. Pilot 117, nothing in the red. No pilot, so we should be all right. Okay, cool. Both engines running. 9,000 feet. I shall do the ILS runway and everything whilst we're at cruise altitude. Let's get rolling. This does feel very different to the longitude. Small. Not as fast. Oh, that's a long way up, isn't it? My goodness, full length of the runway, all right. I'll speed this bit up. Yeah, I know, I'm still using the taxi ribbon, it's cheating a bit. I will start using the plans a lot more as we go. Should have parked at the other end, shouldn't I? Live and learn.
Zagreb Tower, Diamond Mike Juliet Golf 02 at runway 04 ready for departure IFR to Dubrovnik.
Diamond Mike Juliet Golf 02, hold short runway 04. Traffic is Airbus A20N on final.
Hold short runway 04 Diamond Golf 02.
Diamond Mike Juliet Golf 02, altimeter 30.15, wind 105 at 7. Cleared for takeoff runway 04.
Cleared for takeoff runway 04 Diamond Mike Juliet Golf 02.
Okay, ready for takeoff. Flaps. Takeoff position. Takeoff power. .85 knots, rotate. Okay. Gear up. And I should turn on the head in autopilot on, wait for that to come up and meet me. Okay, here we go.
02, contact Zagreb Center on 124.85. Good day.
Nav mode is on.
124.85 Diamond Golf 02. Goodbye.
Let's get a better rate of climb.
Juliet Golf 02 is passing 800 feet, climbing 9,000 feet.
Diamond Mike Juliet Golf 02, Zagreb Center, altimeter 30.15, radar contact. Continue to OXIC.
There you go, it's picked up GPS straight away. Looking for about 90 knots, a bit steep. But the checklist should like that. So taxi was good. Takeoff was good. Get a better rate of climb. There we go.
Fuel pump LH/R8. Fuel selector. Fuel selector. On LH/RH.
Okay, maybe we should have just gone to normal takeoff. Never mind. I'll get the hang of it. I will. Honestly, here we go. Normal takeoff. En route climb. There we go. Okay. Drop that a bit. %, closer to 10%. And she'll start climbing again. There we go. En route to Dubrovnik. There we go. The outside view, as always. As always, anything comes up or any of the views are nice, I will keep them in. Guys, they'll be chaptered. It's up to you if you want to watch them or not. That's quite nice, isn't it? Wow. I'm gonna over Zagreb, look. That's kind of cool. But yeah, I will keep stuff in. Anything interesting comes up. Also, the approach and the landing will include. Oh, nice river down there. It's quite nice. Do love this. I just, yeah. Why I didn't start playing this earlier, I do not know. Oh, catch you during the flight. Okay, there is one thing I haven't shown you. Volanta. All right, so how am I going to sign into Volanta? Here it is. So I'm going to go take this from Add a Flight Pan. There it is. From SimBrief. Boom, in it goes. Got an alternative split airport. DA62. There's the aircraft I'm flying, and it's a bit of a logbook for me, really. It's quite nice because I can go on to flights and see all the flights I've made. Look, I made one to Split once from here. Didn't like the airport. Back to map. There's today's flight. There you go. Back to the flight. Alrighty, so we are at cruise altitude now. Just going through the checklist. Landing light is off. Landing gear is up. Okay, cruise. Power level up to 95%. I brought that back to 75%. Trim is as required, and the engine all in the green. Plenty of fuel. All good. Okay, so as I said, what I was going to do, I'm going to set the for the ILS approach, the localizer and everything. So for that, I'm going to go and open a chart in Navigraph. Okay, so approach runway 11. Open chart. Here it is. That's what I want. So what have we got? We've got a frequency of 110.10 and 114 degrees. So let's put that into the sim. Cool, getting used to this again. It's weird. Alright, so what did I say? 110.10. So that's the standby at the moment. Move it over, and using the CDI button, I bring up the localizer and course button for 114 degrees. And pressing shift to make it go faster. Steady Eddie, there we go. Cool. Just check to make sure everything's okay. 4 degrees. Back to GPS. Hit the nav button again because it always comes off. There we go. We're all set to pick up the localizer from ILS landing. Let's just sit and enjoy the cruise, shall we? And always, anything comes up, I'll let you know, or I'll show you. Alrighty, quick update on the cruise then. I realised it's only a short hop really. It's only a 250-mile hop or thereabouts, sort of about an hour and a quarter or so. So I've got loads of fuel on board, so I've cranked it up 95% on the old engines now. Sort of at the top end of it. It's indicated airspeed 160 knots. True airspeed 193. As we can see inside, I'm just under the yellow there. Starting to get a bit cloudy. I don't want to hit any sort of turbulence, anything in the yellow band. But yeah, I've upped the speed a little bit, so it'll be a quicker flight than I thought. But there we go. Going to do this sort of world trip in sort of not too big a hop, sort of a couple of hours, maybe 3 hours. No more than that. you know, maybe an hour and a half, you know, depending on what I want to see. And I want to see some stuff as well. So, you know, I might, you know, oh, I don't know, go round the pyramids on a VFR or that kind of thing. Remember, I'm not a pilot, and I may break the odd aviation rule in the sim. Guys, if I do, I do. You know, I'm more than happy to hold my hands up and say, "Oh, I learned from it." I'm not actually learning to fly a plane. Well, I am learning to fly a plane, sort of, but you know, I just like the flight sim and what it does, and the graphics and the scenery, and you know, all that kind of stuff that goes with it, right? So. I'll see you unless well, if I get a good view of the mountains of Zagreb, this is usually quite nice. I'll show you. If not, I'll see you sort of for the approach and descent and the landing, of course. There we go. Some nice scenery. Makes you want to go to those countries as well. It was a bit cloudy earlier, so we're getting sort of towards the coast. 20 to 25 degrees as we're approaching in Croatia today. Where are we in the UK? 20 degrees today, late September. Clouds always have to spoil it, right? We'll be out of them soon enough, hopefully. There we go. Nice clear patch. Yeah, scenery is just one of the things I like about it. Just awesome. Very nice. Here you go, coming into the descent phase now. Just been given the instruction to send to 7,000. Look outside then, look at that. It's quite nice coming into Dubrovnik over the islands. Really nice views and just super spectacular. Keep it running now as we drop down.
you are tree 0 miles northwest. Descend and maintain 5,000 feet. Expect ILS Zulu runway 11 approach via PILAP transition. Cleared to PILAP.
Descend and maintain 5,000 feet. Expect ILS Zulu runway 11 approach via PILAP transition. Cleared to PILAP Diamond Golf 02.
That's a very nice descent. 24 miles out. Yeah, very nice. Very pretty. Except the landing's pretty, eh?
Diamond Golf 02, descend and maintain 4,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Diamond Golf 02.
Diamond Golf 02, contact Dubrovnik. Approach on 123.6. Good day.
123.6 Diamond Golf 02. Goodbye. Dubrovnik approach Diamond Mike Juliet Golf 02 is at 6,500 feet, descending 4,000 feet.
Diamond Mike Juliet Golf 02, Dubrovnik approach altimeter 29.96 radar contact. Continue to DU 402.
There's Dubrovnik out of the port side window. Famous now for Game of Thrones.
Diamond Golf 02, you are 1
Diamond Golf 02. Dubrovnik Tower, Diamond Mike Juliet Golf 0215 miles, northwest, inbound ILS Zulu runway 11 approach.
Diamond Mike Juliet Golf 02 Dubrovnik Tower. Altimeter 29.97 wind 145 at 12. Cleared ILS Zulu runway 11 approach.
Cleared ILS Zulu runway 11 approach, Diamond Golf 02.
So yeah, on the localizer now, approach speed, drop in, 120 knots or thereabouts. On the glide slope, here it comes. Just coming into Dubrovnik. Yeah, and as I said, famous now for Game of Thrones. They filmed a lot of it here. It was a stand-in for King's Landing. And over the mountains, what have you. You can see why they filmed a lot of it here. It's just, you know, it works, doesn't it? Spectacular. Yeah, now on the glide slope. Just bring the speed down a little bit. Still 11 miles out. See, there's a football stadium going out the port side window, look. A bit closer now. Hey, just imagine it getting rid of dragons overhead. Yeah, very nice. There's a runway out in front of us. 10 miles to go.
Diamond Golf 02 wind 145 at 12. Cleared to land runway 11.
Cleared to land runway 11, Diamond Golf 02.
Dubrovnik ground, Croatia 476 heavy requesting pushback. Croatia 476 heavy pushback request accepted. Dubrovnik Tower Magic Sun 59er 65 heavy 12 miles northwest inbound 4 DME runway 11 approach. Magic Sun 59er 65 heavy Dubrovnik Tower. Altimeter 29er 7 wind 145 at 12. Clears the or DME runway 11 approach. Clears the or DME runway 11 approach Magic Sun 59er 65 heavy. Dubrovnik ground, Croatia 476 heavy requesting the end of pushback. Croatia 476 heavy request to end pushback received. Dubrovnik ground, Croatia 476 heavy with Golf ready to taxi IFR. Croatia 476 heavy taxi 2 and hold short of runway 11 via taxiway Whiskey Alpha. Contact tower on 12
Oh, I'm back.
when ready.
Quite happy with that. Off centre line, but yeah.
Diamond Golf 02, turn next taxiway. Taxiing hold short runway 11 using taxiway Whiskey Alpha Croatia for 76 heavy. Diamond Golf 02 contact ground on 129.5.
Going to 129.5, Diamond Golf 02. Dubrovnik ground, Diamond Mike Juliet Golf 02 taxi to parking.
Diamond Mike Juliet Golf 02 taxi to general aviation parking via taxiway Charlie.
Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway Charlie Diamond Golf 02.
Okay, so I enjoyed that. Hope you guys did too. Please hit the like button, subscribe. If and any suggestions too of flights I can make, you know, anything I can film, put on the old YouTube, give me a shout. I'll be more than happy to consider it and give it a go. Just going to park this up, set it down. I'll leave it to the end.
Magic Sun 59er 65 heavy wind 145 at 12.
And I'll see you in the air somewhere.
Way 11. Cleared to land runway 11 Magic Sun 59er 65 heavy. Dubrovnik Tower Croatia 476 heavy ready for departure runway 11 IFR to De Gaulle. Croatia 476 heavy altimeter 29er.
And there we have it. Another flight done.